Hey everybody, welcome back to Grounds Family Farm. Today we are going to be getting this new pasture fenced in with electric fence so that we can let the donkeys and mini ponies and the two big pigs come out here and graze it down. We were kind of delaying that for a while because it had tall Johnson grass on it, and certain times of year that can be poisonous to animals. So my dad, he was bush hogging some of his stuff, so whenever he came through, he offered to knock down the Johnson grass in this pasture, so we let him do it. It's been about a week since then, maybe a week and a half. So now we're going to get around to it since that grass is dried up and get the fence up and bring you along with us. Okay, so this pasture that we're fixing to fence in is just going to be a temporary thing where we can let them out in the daytime, put them up at night. That way they're secure. Don't have to worry about predators, stuff like that, or them running through the fencing. So what we're going to do first is we've got some T-posts that we're going to set up for the corners. We've got some plastic electric fence insulators that we'll use on those. And then once we stretch out the wire and get a direct path of where it's going to be and where it'll be a straight line for the other post, we've got the little fiberglass electric fence post that we'll put up throughout the middle to keep it up off the ground, keep it spaced properly. But I think we're going to do 3, maybe 4 strands just so that it's good and secure. It should be plenty for the mini ponies and everything and the pigs. So we're fixing to get started with that. First, we're going to set all of our metal T-post and then we can get started with the other. And I put that where it's going to be pretty close to that wood post so that they can't slip out between it. And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm just kind of having to guess how this is going to be because I'm not sure how it's going to be. So if it's just going to have to, we're going to have to just put it up and it's just going to work however we do it. But yeah, just kind of eyeballing how we want it so that it'll line up properly.
But since it's not permanent fencing, it should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, this popped off. I was wondering why that wasn't going in the ground.
Oh.
Okay. Let's load up on the gator and we'll go to the next spot. Okay, here's our third turn. Ground's nice and hard since it's summer. Yep. And then what we're going to do, we've got a pre-existing barbed wire fence down there. I'm going to have to look to see if it looks like the pigs will stay in that. And if not, we may have to figure out something else. But we're going to put one more post down there to hook these onto, and then we should be ready to start stretching wire.
Yay! Alright, so we're going to ride down here and go check that out.
I may come back through here again with a bush hog and do one more pass with it, or with a lawnmower to get it a little bit shorter, but I'm just going to wait and see how it goes first.
It's going to be a nice big stretch of land for them to get to graze on, so that'll be nice. Okay. What do you think? So what do you think?
What?
About the barbed wire?
Oh, I don't know. If anything, what we might do is right at their nose height, put some of those plastic clips on it and run one strand of electric fence. And then that should keep them in because they'll run into it first, and then maybe they won't try anything else. And if they get out, we'll know that didn't work.
Yeah, because the horses and such should be fine. So.
Yeah, the horses and donkeys and everything's fine. The pigs are the only things I'll worry about, and they may not even come down here and check this fence. Okay, so we got all of our corner posts put in, or the T-posts that we're going to use, unless we have to put one just for unexpectedly. But this is the post that we're going to use for our line post in between. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure the distance from the ground to each one of these, because we've got to put one of these plastic insulators on all the T-posts, and we want to get it the right height. So I'm going to do that to measure, and then we'll start stretching our line. We always use this poly wire. We try to get the 20 times shocking power, so it's supposed to be a stronger conductor than the other ones. I don't know if it has more wire in it or more exposed or what, but we like the poly because if we ever decide to move it and roll it up, this is the easiest one to deal with. So what we're going to do first is we're going to measure on our first post where we're going to start and get our plastic insulator on, then we're going to start stretching out wire. Normally I would probably just keep this as one solid strand all the way up, but I think I'm going to make each individual line independent, so that if one breaks, the whole fence doesn't become loose. We'll just have to worry about the one, and then I'll make a jumper on the end where the fence charger is to go to each line to keep them all hot. So that's one thing we're going to do different this time, because I have in the past just used a solid piece of wire, kept it all connected, just wove it in between everything, and then if one line breaks, the whole thing gets loose. So since this is such a long run, because we're probably going to have, I think each one of these is a half mile, maybe a quarter mile, and we're going to have 2 of these. So we're going to have a half mile of wire here that we're going to be running, so I just don't want to have to ruin a whole fence if one line gets messed up.
Yep.
Okay, so on this is the push, or the foot peg or whatever to push it in, so that's what's supposed to be level with the ground. And so I'm just going to go from it and get my measurements to these others so that we can get them on the T-post at least close. So that one's 8 inches, 8, 16, 26, and 38. 8, 16, 26, 38.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're just going to start at the ground and get these close.
8, 16, 26, 38.
And if there's not one that's exactly at 8, I'll usually go to the high side on these, because they're going to be, the line post will get it fixed.
Yeah.
So we said 8, 16.
Mm-hmm. 26.
That one's right. And 38. Okay. So there's our first one.
Woohoo.
And then on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this as the top wire.
Okay.
That way, once we get it stretched tight, whenever we start laying the others, they won't be falling over the wire that's below it, because they'll be up above. That's why I do barbed wire fence too. And then we're just going to tie a slip knot in this. And then I just, on the first one, since it doesn't have to weave in between, I'm just going to cinch it around them. Tie another knot. That should be pretty solid. So we always try to work smarter, not harder. So we're probably going to take the lazy way out if we can and unroll this with the gator. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out, but I'm willing to try rather than walking all this in that heat. We can do the first one, then we'll have to go through and walk and put up post, but we're going to see how it goes.
Here goes nothing.
Like I said, I don't know how this is going to go, if it's going to hang up, but we're going to try. I'm just going to go to the corner and then we'll fix around the other corner here in a minute. Okay. So we're here. Now we just need to fix, and I think this is probably a little longer than what I had calculated. So I was just trying to go from memory whenever I bought. So we may or may not have enough wire. Which I may have a piece of roll somewhere I can use from.
I think these guys are going to be very, very happy out here once we finally get it done.
Okay, we're just going to go through and put these other plastic pieces on real quick.
Okay. We gotta start at that far corner over there.
I'm just going to put here and then I'll work back over and then I'll work back this way.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have to put these on, but I got to go back there to stretch that first piece first.
That's true. smarter, not harder.
I'll have to bring the weed eater down here and trim this up too. Come on, girls. Somebody can carry 4 and then somebody can carry 4. Here's the first 4.
Alright, first 4 come with us. And the other 4, grab your 4 and come on.
Come on, get out. Let's go.
Let's go.
Work, work, work.
Try to get this done and then go cool off for a little while.
Yeah. We may have to take a break before we get finished.
Yeah.
Because it is brutal. Hand me one. Yeah.
I love this.
Pull it as tight as you can for now.
So that they don't try to get out.
Yeah. We'll just leave that like that for now and go put these posts, and if we have to pull more out, we won't have it cut till we know.
I don't think they could get out.
Here, Abs, will you bring me one of those posts and then...
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Here you go, Daddy.
Hand me the hammer.
Here you go, Daddy. It's easier like that.
Yeah, in the summer, you just about have a hammer to knock these in because the ground's so hard, they don't want to go in.
Yep.
Okay, who's next?
Me, I'll give you the
Whoa.
It's just gotta be close.
Okay.
Next, 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 next. Good job.
Y'all are being so helpful. I guess all the rest of the strands will be easier after this.
Do what?
I guess all the rest of the strands will be easier since these will already be driven.
In theory, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I could hold a tape measure in this hand and a hammer in this hand.
Or if y'all wanted to swap it up, you could lay down your poles, drag the tape measure. When she used up hers, then she could drag it and you could.
Yeah, that'd work.
What?
So,
Lay your poles down on the
lay them
ground
over here where it's...
in the cut up spot.
Stand down.
Yep, just right there. And then you
grab
pull...
the tape measure right here. And when I tell you, walk slowly when I tell you
That
to
direction.
stop. Huh?
Oh, I'll show you which direction to walk.
Whoa.
Yep. This will make it a lot quicker.
Maybe. Whoa.
It's a lot easier now because they're not going to I bet they're not even going to try to get out.
Probably not for a while.
Abby, what?
They eat all the grass down there, Mike.
Abby, soon you're going to have to go get your poles.
That's why this is temporary, though.
We're going to let them eat it down, then they'll go back
Into there.
where they are, and then we might get the upper field done by then where we can put them up there after they're done with this.
On the home stretch over here, though.
That's hard.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Just walk right along that fence wire. Keep going.
Whoa.
This might be rough to... It's crazy because it gets kind of a little wet down here whenever it's springtime, but then summertime it is hard as a rock.
We tried to put a garden area in here one time, and in the spring it stayed too wet to get it in.
But then in the summer when we tried to replant some stuff, it just didn't work out.
It's too dry. A little bit more. Well, that's good. Yeah, we use a rubber mallet. These tear it up eventually, but it's better than breaking the top of the post out.
Yep.
A little bit more. That's good.
Yeah, we usually keep 2 or 3 around.
But whenever the ground's this hard, you can't step these in. You'll end up breaking them off. Oh, that one went in. I guess the ground's
Oh.
right here. Most of the way anyhow. So we could put one probably over 15 footer.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we'd probably come up short that way. But that's plenty tight the way that is.
Yeah. I think that's perfect.
It's fairly straight.
Yep.
Okay. Let's roll it up, Is.
See down through there? That looks pretty good.
Yep, so now we're going to go tie off our strand properly.
And then we can...
Tractor's inside.
I can take it all the way through and out the other one.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. That was a mistake.
Yeah, so I have a great-
We're going to tractor in this.
So once we get it to that point, I'll just cut it off and I'm just going to take it, tie it over itself a few times
I got
so
your
that it'll
post.
stay. And now we'll go back. I'm going to put another post right here since we have extras.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to go to this corner and I'm just going to walk it down to the other one.
Okay.
The hard work's done now. Now all there is to
Oh,
do-
the, like, putting the post in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Yeah. You're a big helper, though. You know it?
Yeah.
Abby is, too.
You have to like hold it like right here. Can't hold the roll. Hold it down below here.
I may need to
Like
help
right
her.
there. Yeah. And just hold it up like this.
You gonna go down there?
Yep.
I'm good at this because you know how we have to get the water line in the greenhouse?
Yeah.
It's just like this,
Yep, it is.
except for it's electric wire.
Yep. So far, so good. This method really seems to work.
If you got little T-posts like this one,
Yeah, the little
and,
fiberglass electric
some,
fence post.
and some of this wire, it's easy.
Yeah, this wire is definitely our preferred type. Definitely getting some steps in today.
Yeah, saving some though, because since the posts are all in a straight line from the top string,
Uh-huh.
after I tie that off, I'm just going to snap it in as I come, and then I'll pull it tight
Yep,
here at the corner, and then we'll go get the other side done.
that'll be faster, I'm sure.
And I don't know about that bottom one, as low as that is,
Uh-huh.
if we need to do that or not.
Guess we can look after we get that third strand on.
Yeah, I'm going to see how high it is, because if the pigs aren't going to, because as big as they are, I don't think they'll get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't want it to get low and then short out.
Yeah, and then all this be for nothing.
And it might be that if we do that one,
Mm-hmm.
I may just not connect it to the hot wires,
Uh-huh. Just use it as a,
and it'll work as a ground.
yeah.
Actually, we're going to have enough wire because this is 2 strands and we have gone through a whole row, so
Yeah,
should be pretty good.
doing pretty good. Third strand.
Please be the last one that we have.
I'm thinking that that's probably going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, that should be fine.
My thing is, if we see it's not, we can fix it.
Yeah, and she'll come with a bucket of feed, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's impossible to catch or anything.
The pigs are always ready to eat.
We can put one more pole over here,
Yeah,
like halfway in between this.
yeah, just to make sure.
They're right there.
Put a pole right there. Yeah, he's sweet. Yeah, we had to move one of our emus out here because I think it must be getting close to breeding season, and they just kept chasing him around the pen because he's not quite old enough to breed yet, so I think they wanted him out of their space.
Yep. He's doing really good out in the big pen though. One final post just to make sure everything's good.
I'll put the string in.
All right, once he drives it, okay?
It's fun to put the string in. And I get to also finish it water.
There you go.
Big helper.
Okay, we got all 3 strands we're going to put up. We decided that the 4th strand was going to be so close to the ground that we were afraid that the grass would ground it out, and we figured it'd cause more trouble than it would good. We're going to turn the stuff in here, make sure that the fence is low enough that they can't get out, and then if we decide we need to do something else, we may have to come through and like weed eat right below it and get it right against the grass, right against the ground before we run the 4th strand. We got the charger set up right here. It's connected to the fence. Have a grounding rod here. We've got a tester. We're gonna flip it on, test and see how the fence is working. We've got a little bit of grass right here that we're gonna have to trim, but we can see how the charge is with it on there.
No, don't grab it.
Nope.
You should never ever do that.
Okay, 8.4.
Is that bad?
No, I think that's good.
That's really good.
Cause like the ones up there, we've had like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a 9.7, 7.3, 6.4.
Okay.
So it bounces between 6 and 7.
That's pretty good.
And that's the... That's... I'm not touching it, you touching
No, you can't touch it. I'm not
it.
touching it.
6.5 there.
Okay. It's gonna be mainly the bottom 2 that are the most important anyway, right?
6.6. 6.5, 6.6 there.
Okay.
And that's 6.72. And part of it may be that fence charger may need to charge some too.
Yeah.
It may be a little weak because we had it on a piece of fence that was just blocking part of the wire that was messed up, and it had grown up because we weren't really concerned about it because they quit getting out once the grass grew up. And so I had it shorted out for a while. So I think after this has time to charge for a few days where it's not getting shorted out, that it should get stronger.
So we're going to let them in today?
Yeah, we're going to see if we can call them down here with a bucket. And then if they'll come down here, I'll open the gate.
And if not, we won't.
Yeah, we gotta get your tractor out too.
Come on!
Come on, babies!
Nope, here comes Betty.
Come on, Betty. She's going as fast as she can go. Betty! Oh, there's so many rocks.
Yeah, I dumped these to fill this in. And got the tractor in there.
Don't have to worry about that blowing shut though.
What?
Don't have to worry about this one blowing shut though.
No. Come on, girl. Yeah, bang the bucket.
Do you want me to turn the fence on?
Yeah, you can. Watch. That way if she jumps up, she'll know it works.
Hey, Betty girl.
Here, bring them this way.
Think we got some donkeys headed this way.
Okay, so far we got Spice out. Comet came out for a second and then went back behind the gate. The emu's coming out. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is, but because it wasn't really meant for him, but maybe he'll stay in.
He may get back anyway when he sees the rest. He's a little skittish, so he may stay back away from the others anyhow. I think he'll come out whenever.
Yeah, they just take some time. They'll work their way out. Just like the others will come down.
Yeah, the horses are looking. They're kind of sort of starting to head this way.
Come on, Waffles!
Bring your girls.
They're coming. He's coming, he's just slow. Yeah, where's that grass?
Now we got 3.
Come here, my baby.
They're loving that grass out here.
Yeah.
They're like, this is
That's awesome. Hey guys.
Yeah, with all this, their pen has a lot of goat weed in it, and there is grass down in it too, but since we're starting to get dry, I don't want to end up losing all this grass, so we figure we might as well let them come out here and eat this down. It'll conserve theirs.
They're exploring.
And I'm going to try to get their pen bush hogged sometime.
Yeah, if they're out here, it'll be a lot easier too.
Yeah. Well, it's big enough it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I guess so.
But he needs to watch
Get it done. But I'm probably going to knock those rocks down when I come through. You know, all we got the hay forks on. I think I can still knock them down with that gate. It'll be easier to deal with.
Hey, pretty babies. Do you like it? Do we like it? That's so much better than just being in that pen. You got so much more space. Hey, you love it? Those are some very contented little faces. Hi, Pancakes. Hey, Penelope.
After seeing them, that fence is plenty tall.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a good pen for y'all, isn't it? This is perfect. Got some very happy mini horses and mini donkeys. Very, very happy. Just waiting on their buddies to get down here. And Comet, you got enough of a mouthful there? Was this a good idea? I think so. Yeah. Just make everybody so happy. Fill some bellies. We're about to have some more. Here, Comet. You want up with the rest of them? Of course he does. Hey, Waffles. He'll come out when he's ready.
You go down and get the tractor.
Okay.
Let's hog along that fence just in case I try to put something up.
Does this make you happy too, Betty girl? Does this make you happy?
She's like, I don't have to be fed off.
So far, I think the verdict is that everybody loves it.
Okay, so it got hot. We lost some of our help, but we finally finished this project. And as you can see, the animals are loving it. In the evening time, it's got some shade down here. It cools off, and they're just out there grazing away. We finally got them all called down, and like I said, they seem pretty happy with it. We got all the fence put up. We ended up deciding to go with just 3 strands because I was afraid that bottom one would be so low that the grass would get into it and end up shorting out the whole fence. And Betty doesn't seem to be challenging it. Hulk hasn't come down yet, but he may come down tomorrow. But we're fixing to go feed in a few minutes and call them all back in. That way we can put them up for the evening, and then we'll let them out in the daytime again tomorrow. But like I said, I think this was a pretty successful day and glad we got it done. Like I said, we were a little bit behind getting it done, but I really wanted them to eat this grass before we lost it due to the drought, because right now stuff's starting to dry up and get crisp because of the lack of rain. But this is still green, so we're going to let them eat it down, and then we're going to try to get their field bush hogged and cleaned up in the meantime. But I'm glad the girls decided to come out and be big helps today. Made the job go a lot quicker. And we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time on Grounds Family Farm. Bye.
Peace.